times as well. I've talked about how much I hate the rating system in Hitman 2, but also how I think I have a better idea on how it should work, but I've done a horrible job at explaining it. So I did the reasonable thing and actually made it. This is a proof of concept. It's a bit, the meter here is a bit jank, but I think this gets the point across as to what I think is a good rating system. Instead of having like the binary system like we have now, forget all about that. Here's how I would like it to work. You load into a mission and you have 0 points, as seen here and here, but that's unimportant. This would be what you see as you load in the game. This would replace the current Silent Assassin indicator. You have this bar that starts at 0, meaning you have Silent Assassin, and goes up to 10, meaning that you go down to professional. And then you start doing things like you pacify somebody and you get 1 point. That gets you closer to professional. And then you get caught trespassing. You still have Silent Assassin, but you're getting closer. And then at some point you trigger a fire alarm. And you're getting even closer to losing Silent Assassin. And finally you miss a shot somewhere and somebody notices a bullet impact. And now this meter is gonna break because it's not gonna look great. But what is gonna happen is that professional is gonna become your current rating and move from here to here. And the next rating is gonna be here when I click on bullet impact noticed. There. And now with 11 points and at 20 it switches to expert. And then you just keep doing this shit. And your rating keeps dropping the more points you get. And it just makes so much sense to me. Then you finish the mission with whatever amount of points you have, and you can see this event timeline of everything you did, how many points you had, and you could also like check this mid-game if you really feel like it from a menu. Plus, you could really like fine-tune how this works by having stuff like, say you have a gunshot heard, and then you get caught on camera, so you're really close to losing Silent Assassin. But then you can like, okay, I removed the recordings, or back down to 3. And go even further. I don't remember how I balanced this. These point values of each action, obviously, very not thought through. But say you have a situation where you kill a target, but somebody sees you and you didn't notice it first, so you instantly go up to 7 points. You still have Silent Assassin, because not any single mistake will never lose you Silent Assassin with this system. But it just puts you on your toes, because you gotta be much more careful after you make that one mistake that's costly, like getting caught committing a crime. So you get to 7 points, but at that point, you could have a situation where if that person who sees you commit the crime tells the guards, that's when you lose Silent Assassin, because that's another 5 points gone. Guards alerted. But instead of allowing that to happen, you're caught committing a crime, but you don't want these 7 points either. So what if you eliminate the witness? You contain the damage by killing the witness with an accident. It's still gonna get you up to 5 points, but it gives you a reason to keep playing and try to contain the situation to best of your abilities. And I fucking love this idea. And why does no stealth game do this? Anybody making a stealth game, steal this idea. I'll throw this in the chat because you can play around with it if you feel like. You can probably break it somehow. It's very proof of concept. Yeah, in this concept, a witness and a civilian are two different things. Once somebody sees you, then they stop being a civilian and become a witness. Thank you, Aaron. That's what I was going for. Because one thing that every stealth game fucks up is having a system that people can understand. And I think having a system like this, a meter that you can see all the time, you can see it in real time, go up and go down, you can easily get a hang of how everything works. Plus, I listed a few reasons why I think this is fucking good. Still have a reason to stay stealthy after you mess up. Oh, you can't actually see this. God damn it. But yeah, because as it is in the current game, you get spotted, you lose Sound Assassin. What's the point of being stealthy anymore? In this one, you fuck up. Civilian killed. Oh, that's a big fuck up. Sound Assassin is still there, but you can't do like anything else. You can't even pacify people. And even if you fuck up more, like, oh, civilian killed, and his body was found, your rating is still professional. You still have an incentive to stay stealthy, to keep that professional rating. Avoid falling down to expert. Which I think already makes a system like this worth it. What else? Yeah, this meter makes it so much easier to understand, as well as a list like this. Plus, imagine all the possibilities you have while doing different kinds of more refined routes for the game. Because you can really start testing out more interesting strats. Because you know that, okay, I'm actually allowed to kill that civilian if I feel like it, if it's really beneficial to me. It's still Sound Assassin, but after I do it, I cannot even use like bullet impact distractions. Alright, yes, this is not technically a bullet impact distraction, but you get the idea. You have to be more careful with what you do, but you get to do more things. Yeah, and that's another thing that I have listed here. If you really feel like going in balls deep, then go for all zeros. No points at all. The system allows it. Without being like complete fuck you mentality of encouraging everybody to do it. But if you feel like doing it, it's there. Plus, yeah, it's very like tweakable. Things are easy to adjust. You can do so much with it. Fucking love this idea! Somebody steal it, I will play your game. Oh, also, one thing that I have listed here is that, unlike the current system, you can actually take into consideration multiple offenses in the same category. So, you left 3 bodies lying around in the current game, that's done. From 20,000 points to 0 points. Whereas in this one it's like, 1 body found, that's only 4 points, that's fine. 2 bodies found, that's still kinda fine. 3 bodies found, well, now you're done. There goes Sound Assassin. I haven't thought of a single downside to this system yet. I'm looking forward to people pointing out like a million of them. Because I would like to design this further, just as a concept. Yes, this could open up such funny moments when you're doing math during a playthrough. Especially when you can still do that moment when you're like, do I shoot this non-target who is a witness, or do I try to catch up to him and kill him with an accident for that 1 extra point that gives me? No, I don't think this is replacing a scoring system. I think the scoring system is a whole another topic, and I am far less interested in that one. Time has no room here, if you ask me. And yeah, this does prevent knocking out half the map, because you are basically limited to 10. Because in the current system you couldn't even take into consideration small things like pacifications. Whereas this one allows punishing the player accordingly depending on what they do. Oh yeah, I mean, the Slaters system was super basic. That was added in like a week after the game came out. Probably less than a week, actually. But the fact that it even had a rating system, I gotta respect that. Maybe also respect that because I gave him the idea. Am I gonna make a YouTube video about this rating system? I'll post this whole stream to YouTube. I don't know if it would have to balance from level to level. Because some levels can be harder than others. There's nothing wrong with that. You dislike the linearity of it. For example, never spotted. Yeah, that is one thing that could be considered. Like, but I'm thinking that could be fixed by having some kind of like sub ratings. Like, I'm mostly thinking this as a positive reward. Say, if you want to kill all of the targets with a battle axe, then you could have professional and some battle axe specific sub rating, and that sub rating would not be tied to any of these actual ratings, and that would just encourage alternative playstyles. And I think that could also be used as a negative thing. Yeah, I think this could work for Sniper Assassin as well. And this is something I've made, yes. I'm glad I took the time to make it because, for one, it was fun. And for two, people might understand what I'm talking about. And hopefully somebody steals this idea. But yeah, I'll post this app and this video on YouTube and Reddit and wherever. But yeah, that's that. If you have any feedback on this, especially like constructive, negative, what you think might not work, let me know.